Hi everyone, welcome to Master Math with Rami. I'm excited to have you here. And today we are going to learn some cool math together. We will learn together what is a triangle, what is a right triangle, Pythagorean theorem, take examples and real life application. Please don't forget to download the worksheet from the link in the description below. Grab a notebook and let us get started. A triangle. A triangle is a closed geometric shape made by joining three line segments end to end. It has three sides. This is side 1 and 2 and 3. It has three angles. This is angle 1 and this is angle 2 and this is angle 3. It has three vertices or corner. This is corner 1 and this is 2 and 3. The sum of the interior angles of any triangle is always 180 degrees. I mean angle 1 plus angle 1 plus angle 2 like this, and angle 3 equals to 180 degrees. Right triangle is a triangle that has one angle equal to 90 degrees. A right angle. As we can see here, this is a right angle which equals to 90 degrees. In a right triangle, the longest side is called the hypotenuse. As you can see here, this is the longest side. This is the longest side, and we call it hypotenuse. It is the side opposite to 90-degree angle. This is the opposite of 90-degree angle. Pythagorean theorem. In a right triangle, so we can use it just in a right triangle. This is an important note. The square of the hypotenuse equals the sum of the squares of the other two sides. As you can see here, we have a right triangle. Here it is 90 degrees, 90-degree angle. At the corner, we represent this angle as a square. This is side A, and this is side B, and this is the hypotenuse, which is C. This is, as we said before, the longest side in the triangle and opposite to 90 degrees. Pythagorean theorem states that C squared equals side A squared plus side B squared. I mean, if you have a triangle and you have two non-sides, you can find the other one. C equals, we can take the square root for both sides. This will cancel each other. Then C equals square root of side A square plus side B square. Side A equals 2. From here, let me just delete it. A square equals C square negative B square. We just take this side and change the sign from positive to negative. Then A equals the square root this side and the square root of this side, and that equals this will cancel the square root. Then A equals square root of c squared negative b squared. We can write it in here. So the hypotenuse square negative the other side square. What about the other case? I mean, if you know the hypotenuse and side A and you want to find side B, from here, we want to find B squared, which equals to C squared negative A squared. We just take this to here and change the sign of A, which is positive, and it will be negative. So B, in order to take B, we can take the square root of both sides. This will cancel this. Then B equals to C squared negative A squared. We can write it in here. The hypotenuse square negative the other side also square. You have to be careful. Many students forget to square both sides when using a Pythagorean theorem. They forget to square B and square C and square A. Let us solve this example together. Find each missing length to the nearest 10. We have a right triangle. This is the first rule in order to apply Pythagorean theorem. This is 90 degrees. So this is right angle and this is the hypotenuse. Okay? How can I find the length? We know this is C. C squared equals to this side square plus the other side square. Then C equals 13 square plus 8 square equals to 233. This is C square. In order to have C, I have to take the square root of 233, which equals to the square root of the answer, which equals to 15.26. 15.26, which equals to 15.3, and the answer is D. Another real-life example. Danny is using a ladder to clean the outside of the house's windows. The ladder he is using is 24 feet long. That means he is using this ladder, which is 24 feet, okay? And he puts the base of the ladder 13 feet away from the house. I mean, if this is the house, from here to here, 13 feet. How high up the side of his house does the ladder reach? That means he wants us to find this side, this side. As we can see, this is a house and this is the ladder, and we have here a triangle, 3 sides, and this angle, let me change the color, this angle here is 90 degrees, 90 degrees. We can draw the, okay. Here is the ladder, which is 24 feet long. And here is the base of the ladder, and here's the house, 13 feet. He is asking us how high up the side of his house does the ladder reach. You know, this is 90 degrees, and we have a triangle, and this is the hypotenuse. This is the longest length of the right triangle. He's asking us about this. For example, let us consider as A. Then A, as we said before, equals square root of hypotenuse يعطي 24 square negative the other side 13 square. The square root of 24 square negative 13 square, which equals to square root of 407, which is 0.17 feet. So this is 20.17 feet. The length here equals to 20.17 feet. Another question. A man goes 18 meters due to east and then 24 meters due to north. Find the distance of this current position from the starting point. We know that here is north, south, and east and west. So the man goes 18 meters due to the east and then 24 meters due to north. That 24 meters due to north. Find the distance of this current position from the starting point. So the man first go to the east 18 meters and then went to the north 24 meters, and here's 18 meters, and here's the starting point and his current position. And the man finally he stopped here. He wants us to find this length. This is a triangle, 3 sides, and this is a right triangle since this angle is 90. So this is represent the hypotenuse of this right triangle. So what is the distance from the starting point to the current position, which represent the hypotenuse of the right triangle? So let us say that this is C. C equals the square root of this side square plus the square root of this side, which equals to the square root of 18 square plus 24 square equals to 30 meters. 30 meters. So the distance from here to here is 30 meters. To get from point A, here is point A, to point B, here's point B, you must avoid walking through a pond. You see, there is a pond, and you have to walk from here to here. You have to move from point A to point B. It's not allowed to pass through the pond. You must walk 34 meters south here and 41 meters east. How many meters would be saved if it were possible to make a way through the pond? In order to move from point A to B, you have to walk 34 meters to the south, and you have to walk also 41 meters to the east. So the total distance, the distance outside the pond equals 34 plus 41 meters, which equals to 34 plus 41 equals to 75. The total distance, 75 meters. So this is the distance you will walk since it is not allowed to pass through the pond. The other way, if it's allowed to pass through the pond, how many meters would be saved if it were possible to make a way through the pond? If you just move from point A to point B through the pond, how many meters would be saved? The distance here represents the hypotenuse of the right triangle. Since this is 90 degrees, this is a right triangle, and the opposite of it, which represents the hypotenuse. H equals the square root of the summation of the square of the other sides of the triangle. That means 34 square plus 41 square, which equals to 53.26. The question is how many meters would be saved if it were possible to make a way through the pond. So we have the distance saved equals to 75 negative 53.26, which equals to 75 negative 53.26, which equals to 21.74 meters. This is how many meters would be saved if it were possible to make a way through the pond.